What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you a very slick guitar technique that is used by some of my personal favorite guitar players and probably a couple of yours as well. Most notably used by the demigod Guthrie Govan. Tyler, do habits of Guthrie Govan. Do you want me to die? Is that what you want? Do you want to just watch me fail? Do you like watching dumpster fires? The correct answer is no. Anyways, I want to show you at least one little trinket out of Guthrie's seemingly endless trick bag. And like I said, other great guitar players use this too. If you saw the epic YouTube jam that I did, Larry Basilio is a huge advocate for this technique as well. I'm just gonna call it the super slide bend technique. Essentially, what you're doing is interrupting your phrasing with bends, and these bends don't necessarily happen in whatever area of the guitar neck that you are playing in. So they're out of nowhere, all of a sudden, amazing super slide bend thingies. Let me demonstrate. So as you could hear, I was playing kind of in a comfortable position and then out of nowhere, a super slide into a bend. So I am essentially picking and choosing notes out of a given tonality. In this case, just to keep things simple, it's just like a minor pentatonic type thing, but basically what you are going for when you're trying to incorporate this into your guitar playing is to first understand all over the neck where a given scale exists. So while you may know this position, you're also going to want to know in this position and this position. But you can apply this to any scale. Like I said, the major scale really, it works in any tonality. So what am I doing here? The trick with this technique, to do it kind of fluidly and not like you're abusing it, as with any technique, is to not do it very often. Do it out of nowhere. And really the key to it is to interrupt what you are otherwise comfortable playing. And I know that sounds kind of backwards, but what you want to do is say, again, we're going to take this G minor pentatonic sound and start with just playing a phrase that you're really comfortable with. So for something that's really basic, say we're playing something like that. Basically, interrupt yourself, find a place in that measure, in that lick that is basically in between the beats, and replace that with the super slide bend. So once you have determined a good insertion point for this technique, the next step is to actually identify and target places on the neck where you can bend. And obviously you're going to want to bend up to a note within the given scale that you are playing in, or else it's going to sound wrong. So start simple without any licks and just find some notes that you like. And they're either going to be half step or whole step bends depending on the distance between, if it's a half step or whole step relationship between that scale tone. So when we're in the G minor pentatonic, we have G, B flat, C, D, F, back to G. So on one string it would be. So all of those are whole step, a couple of them are 1.5 steps. So all of your bends, if you're tuning this in the key of G minor pentatonic, then you're going to want to have at least a whole step bend no matter which note you land on. So we'll start here with this F. This will be our jumping point, and then we will find a couple other chord tones here. How about this B flat and this C? So this is going to be our super slide bend target note, this B flat up to C. And really, it's a super slide because you're not actually attacking the string. That's the kind of, to tie a bow on this technique, you're not necessarily having to re-attack the string when you bend. That's what gives it that real liquid flowing motion. So something like this. So that would be a kind of concise version. And then if you wanted to bend up again from this C to D, you could take the same path. Just add one extra super slide bend to the phrase. So again, the slow motion version would be, and this takes a lot of finger strength and real precise bending. So if you've taken any of my guitar courses, I go over bending in pretty much all of them, but especially modern rock guitar techniques. If you're interested in that, you can sign up down below. But basically what you're doing here, and the best way to practice bending, is actually built into this exercise. So you'll take a note and you'll go down a whole step and bend up to that note. And then you can practice your vibrato. But that's going to be really helpful in this, really nailing those tones. And you can go backwards using this technique too. There's a bunch of different ways to incorporate it. Again, listen to Guthrie Govan. He's kind of the pioneer, at least for me. He's the first person I really heard doing this proficiently. And then again, Larry Basilio is a great player as well to check out. And I hope this was a cool little trick to add to your guitar arsenal. Until next time, guys, keep shredding.